Guys, I'm excited. I got a box behind me. Check it out. I'm not showing you what's in it, but I'm going to start working on it, and I will show you some pictures along the way, but I'm going to show you the final product. It'll probably take a while to get this done and get all the parts and pieces I need for it. I hope you enjoy this video, and maybe you're inclined to get something like this for yourself. I think this is really going to increase my lumber production, or at the very least, make life a lot easier for me. Welcome back to the Sawmill, guys. I'm Jerry from Bigelow Woodcraft. We're not cutting anything today. This is going to be a short video. I'm inside my sawmill shed, and you see I built myself a little station here. And I'll give you a quick tour of it here in a second. But I didn't build this station just to have a place to sit this box. You know, I've done a lot of modifications to this sawmill over the years, last few years. X-axis, Z-axis, log turner. Recently, I've been trying to figure out a way to make positive stops in the Z-axis. Whether I use limit switches and little detents in the scale where they dropped in and shut the motor off, or I went a different route. I reached out to a company. It's a European company, Mikrons Setworks, and I gave them a proposal, and they went for it, and I'm happy with it, and they're happy with it. I did pay for this Mikrons Setworks. They gave me a good deal on it. Part of the things we want to do with this one is we want to put this on something other than a woodmizer, a Clark, a Hudson mill, Timber King. We wanted to put it on more on the homeowner's mill. And now you know I got the power feed up and down. This was the perfect time. This setup I have can work on any kind of mill, even a crank mill, a manual mill. It will be no problems with that. You'll have basically it's a digital readout, and it calculates all your boards. So think of what a Setworks does with woodmizer, how it automatically works out how many boards they got coming, or perfect step downs, taking into account the curve instead of using the scale. I haven't learned how to use all the features yet, but I'm going to give you a tour here. Let's move this carriage out of the way. So it actually works out pretty good. This is where I sit anyhow, and I work down the mill. So this is going to be fine. So let's get this thing out of the way. I got the SW350 Pro. Guys, I haven't used it yet, but I've gone through some of the functions with it, and I'm going to tell you, it's going to make my life much easier. And if you get one of these, it's going to make your life much easier. I talked to the company. If you're interested in something like this, we have a discount code for it as well. Like I said, I paid for this, but I reached out to Roman. He was kind enough to give us a discount code for you guys. And I'll put that in the description, and I'll put it under here. I think it was Bigelow_Woodcraft, something along the lines of that. I'll put it here, though. So I built this table for this setup. So let's go through a little bit of just the setup. So what you have is that you have the module, the SW350 Pro Micron, I've been spelling them wrong. Mikron. I have a bank of relays in here, and I have a string encoder. And let's show you that. This string encoder has a stainless cable connected down to an eye bolt that I had to bend out. You want to keep this as straight up and down as possible. This thing is supposed to be a beast, very heavy duty. So that string encoder sends all its information into this box where the mill's at. The very first thing you got to do when you get this all wired up is you got to tell the mill where it is, where the bottom is and where the top is. We can cut to 0.75 on the OS27, but it wants the nearest integer, which the nearest integer is 1. And we can go to about 21.5 on these mills, a little over 21. And the nearest integer of that is 21. So first thing you got to do is you got to get into the settings. And you only have to do this one time. You don't do this every time you start it up. So let's get this turned on. We're on the power buttons down here, and we are right there. All right, very first thing you do, you're going to hit settings. You're going to go in here, and you're going to type in 3068. That's the password to get into the controls. Once you get this set, you don't have to do it again. You're going to go type in F92. The F's going to come up. You're going to type in 92. You're going to hit enter. When you hit enter, you're going to type in the integer 1 because that's at the very bottom. But you got to move your mill all the way down. Then you're going to move it all the way up. Then you're going to hit enter again. It's going to go F again, and you're going to type in 98. And then you hit enter, and then you're going to type in 21 for the maximum height. So you do each one of those where the mill's at. So now it knows the parameters of the mill. You can change it to go all the way down to 0.75. I haven't done that yet. I will soon. All right, so that's your settings button. This is your curve. It's set default is 0.125. This is your brightness. This is your go-to. This is your remember. Some of these buttons are equal to buttons up here. For instance, this is your up button. And you can hold this too. This is your enter. And this is an enter. So for instance, let's say we're going out to that log. And we want to start at 15 inches. We're going to type in 15 and go to. It's going to stop right at 15. And you'll see these green lines and a green circle. We're at 15. Now, depending on what boards we want, they have some pre-select board or numbers here, kind of like our scale on the Frontier. We have a 3/4, 1.5 inch, 1 3/4, and 2 1/4. You can change all these. I like the 3/4. I think I'm going to make a 4/4, a 6/4, and maybe just a straight 2 inch, or maybe even 2 1/4. Or keep that one there. So you can change all that. I don't recall. This is something to do with the number of boards coming off the bottom. So I got a lot of work to do on this. I don't even remember what this little robot figure is for. However, let's say we want to do 3/4 inch boards. Memorize that. And we're going to go divide 0.7. Nope, not 3/4. So we're going to get our 13 boards. Now let's try it. So the F30 function 4 is going to go down and come up over the cant each time. So let's go down. First cut. We got 13 cuts. We're going to go down to the first one. 11 3/16. We're going to make that cut. We get to the end. We're going to bump up. It should go above that 11 3/8. We'll run it back. We're going to drop it down again. Should go to the second one. That's the second cut. We run through the cut. We bump it up. Back to 11 3/8. We come back. So those boards are being they're staged on the sawmill still. All right, we got her back. We're going to run her down again. Excellent. We went down to the next cut. We're on the board 11. We bump it up. Let's use this function this time. Should go up to 11 3/8 again. Excellent. This is just a quick overview of the setworks. You're going to see me using this a lot. I'm going to get really good at this. If you've watched Sawing with Sandy, this is the exact unit he has on his as well. Again, there's going to be a code in the description, and I'll put it in the video as well, where you can get one of these I'm not getting any payment for this. I don't want an associate's link or anything. I just want to get, I wanted you guys to have an opportunity to get a discount with it. So 5% off of this this package. So I built this little station here, so everything's here. So I'll be able to just now not have to worry about all this stuff on my lap. We'll just stay up here. Forward and back. I think this is going to really streamline things. You can put in a cutlass. Let's say you're working from the bottom and you want a 3.5 inch, 3.5 inch cants and maybe a 2-inch cant. You could put all that in here and it will come down and step down and tell you exactly where you need to start. So as we start cutting logs, I will show you that. But let's give you a close-up of it. If you get one of these, check to make sure you're getting the one with the imperial measurements if you're in the United States that uses 4/4 or fractions of an inch. So this is the 350 Pro. I think there's one other version, a 250 as well. This is their top of the line one. Sensor wire. These are your relays. This is where my relays are switching. You're not going to switch your motors in here. You have relays in here to run a bank of relays to reverse your motors back and forth. Don't switch this. I'm running 24 volts. You need 12 volts to get to this. I have 12 volts going into it. As I said, this is a European company. Roman's the gentleman I dealt with. Very good at answering emails. Was very quick with the correspondence. Now, keep in mind they're on the other side of the ocean, so they got a time delay, or they're ahead of us. But it only took about maybe a week and a half for this to get here. Maybe a week. I can't recall when I actually ordered it from them. Dealt with Roman. Great guy. Answered anything. I'm not going to show you how to wire this thing. It really is, guys, almost plug and play. Here's different mills and applications. I'm looking forward to using it, guys. This is Mikron. This is Micron. That's funny. And the website is www.lyuts.com. Check them out. They got all kinds of different setworks available. And maybe you'll find something for your mill that you like. If you want to see how I wired it up, I'm going to put in the schematic of my drawing that I, planned on how to wire it up. Just by looking at the manual, it made it pretty simple. It's really easy. A little finagling I had to do for my mill, but these other mills, a lot of them are just plug and play. This puts me into professional grade, obviously setworks, but hopefully quality. Now, I'll never build a mill as fast as them, but I think my boards are going to be more consistent. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you next time. And we'll be cutting a log with the setworks. Power off. Let's do one more thing. 16. Wait. Oh, we got to clear it. Let's come back to 16. Let's go up to it. Oop. Hit the wrong button. 16 go to.